Welcome back to Lanterne Rouge Cycling Podcast for the Lombardia Preview 2025. We have the route going from Como to Bergamo this year. Last year, it was in the opposite direction. They changed direction every year. We're obviously north of Milan in a beautiful region of the world with the leaves have begun to fall, at least around me. I'm not sure if they're actually falling yet in the Como region, but we'll probably see some people falling by the wayside when Pogacar launches his attack this weekend.
Yeah.
How hyped are you for this?
I'm like, this is the race I've been looking forward to for most of my life, like years of anticipation, because it's just so unclear what's going to happen here. Like, if I look at this race, there's a billion scenarios in which one man can win. Now, on a serious note, I'm going to tell you straight away, Patrick's running away, so he might not hear this. But I think what's going to happen is, just like last year, other teams will realize, okay, we got to make it harder for UAE and Pogacar, so we're going to try and send one of our riders in the breakaway, making it a 13 to 15-man breakaway. And then UAE is not the Slovenian team, so they'll be able to control that breakaway, and the breakaway will be caught. Pogacar attacks on the final big climb, the Passo di Ganda, and the race is over. That's my judgment of this race. Is our podcast too short at the moment?
That's what's going to happen. I mean, so the route is 241 kilometers long. They do the Ghisallo, the Roncola, sort of 8k, 7k climbs, and then the Berbeno, 7k, 5%. Then the Passo della Crocetta, 12k, 6%, bit rolling, another little kick up. Then they do the Passo di Ganda, which is crests at 31 km to the finish. That's 9 kilometers, 7%. That's about 20-minute effort, 18-minute effort, and then descent. And no, not 18 minutes. Yeah, 22 minutes. And then descent. And then the Colli Aperto, 1,300 meters, 7.5%. And then it's like 3k to the line or something. So, like Benji said, if you have a team of Micah, Jay Vine, Adam Yates, Felix Großschartner, Sivakov,
keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, the sad reality is for this race, the whole peloton could go in a break 8 minutes ahead, and it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't.
Great preview podcast. But on a serious note, if we tackle the question, is there any way other teams can make it harder for Pogacar to win this race? Because
bro, did you see Tre Valley yesterday? I mean, the organizers were creaming themselves. They're like, he was like watching a Derny race. I was like, is this a dot pro race or a what? Or an appearance race? Like Quinn Simmons, I don't know if he said anything. Eulalio is like, the motorbike, for reference, was literally just sitting in front of Pogacar as he was attacking. Yeah. And Quinn Simmons is pedaling like 600, 700 watts, trying to close him on the false flat where Pogacar's weight advantage doesn't come into play, and he's just losing space. And then the organizers at the finish cheering across the line.
It's like Quinn Simmons and Wellens at the Tour de France when Wellens attacks in Belgium, we say in het zog van de motor, in the draft of the motorbike. Anyway, I do think Pogacar wins that race regardless of whether he's attacking
he would have just attacked on the next climb.
But still. It's still funny. That being said, I still want to tackle the question. What else are we going to talk about? We're 3 minutes into this podcast. I'm sorry, we got to give the people something. Like, if you look at the World Championships and the European Championships, my gripe with the Belgian team, I'm of the opinion that Pogacar extremely likely wins both those races regardless of any tactics that happen from other teams, because he'll probably adapt accordingly. But I do think that Belgium made it easier for him. And it's very odd that Patrick just runs away from his chair like 7 times per minute at the moment. So it's really confusing. I feel like I'm talking to a wall.
We're recording really early, so the crack of dawn. So the sun is coming up over, like progressively coming out over the mountain behind me, and so then the exposure on the camera, I either change the light filtering into the room or the exposure of the camera. Can't figure out which
Have you
to do.
ever seen a Cofidis rider cycle outside in Andorra during daytime?
Yeah, all the time. So I remember the other day.
Remember when they were called vampires for some reason?
Yeah, I remember that. I like the jerseys before the blood red ones. So yeah, what's going to happen is UAE will control the race. Yeah, maybe people can try to attack. I think the only way is UAE can lose this is hubris, but unfortunately, Pogacar's not stupid. He actually, not only does, this is the curious thing about him, well, not curious, about the rest of the peloton, the best rider physically in the world also seeks the most advantages in the race to maximize his energy saving. Like, it's always funny. I go back to Jebel Jais in UAE Tour. It's a 1 hour climb. It's not relevant for GC, really. It's not going to be big GC gaps. And yet still, Pogacar sat in like the optimal position deep in the bunch, eating no wind for the entirety of the climb until it mattered.
It's moments like that, like in the Tour de France, for example. Pogacar is the favorite, but we're in the middle of a mountain stage in a valley segment. We see Remco sitting in third, fourth position in a group. It's relatively lined out, so being in third, fourth position means that you're taking quite a bit of wind compared to someone sitting in the middle of the pack. We see Pogacar moving from the front to the middle of the peloton to sit behind more wheels, to sit in more draft, while Remco is just taking more wind at the front. That's the example you're pushing towards, right? Like the fact that Pogacar is so good, but he's also doing a lot better than some of his opponents, especially Remco at the Tour de France, for example, in terms of optimizing his sitting in the draft, stuff like that. And that's something undeniable. That's something Remco should work on.
And so that's why, okay, the only chance I can see of UAE losing is, so their tactics at the moment is they're going to make the race hard, they're going to control the break, then they're going to attack with the second best rider first. They did it in Montreal with McNulty.
Yeah.
They did it in Tre Valley yesterday with Del Toro. And then a short time later, Pogacar bridges across from a flat group. He like sprints out of the group and surprises people across. Maybe they go with Del Toro in a group of really strong guys and the gap gets too big.
Is he here, Del Toro?
I guess, yeah.
Because he's not announced yet for Lombardia. We don't have a confirmed start list, to be clear to the people, but I was hoping for the sake of the race that only one of the two would show up. Because if both were here, it's even more of a done case.
I think he'll be doing it. Yeah, he's doing he's doing Lombardy. So I think they attack with Del Toro first, and then Poggi bridges across. And the thing is, it doesn't work what I'm discussing, because if the gap starts to get big, Del Toro just sits on, and then who wants to pull in a group with Del Toro sitting on? If you're Ciccone, nobody.
What happens? The only way I see Pogacar losing is if Del Toro wins.
There's no way he gives the monument, right?
Well, there's always situations in which Del Toro can be ahead and he's not riding after him because it's Del Toro suddenly looking too good.
He
Pogacar
jumps,
attacks like in Montreal.
He jumps across fast, yeah.
Would Pogacar gift a monument to Del Toro, or would they sprint for it at the end? Because Del Toro, if you're Del Toro, you also shouldn't be happy about just donating into Pogacar if you're both together.
Come on.
It's a monument.
Come on. Benji.
Mate.
Del Toro would start crying if Pogacar gave him a pair of personalized sunglasses.
Spellizzari.
Yeah, but Del Toro's the same. He's like...
Yeah. But
so...
I
mean, Pogacar already... Well, McNulty, he couldn't beat McNulty in Montreal. And... So I'm not sure he's going to give away many more World Tour one-day races.
Okay.
I think Pog wins and Del Toro sits on, and he then attacks behind everybody on the Colle Aperto, and he secures second or third, and then they have two on the podium. I don't see how they don't have two on the podium.
Why did Del Toro fail to get second in Tre Valley?
because the group got caught at the base. The group of second-tier favorites got caught at the base of the last climb. It was then very passive, and then it was like a literal flat sprint at the end.
Anyway, the conversation for the victory is over. We've had that conversation already. We were done with that 3 minutes into the podcast, to be honest.
Congratulations, Alexander Vlasov, on your Lombardy victory.
Alexander Vlasov, that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Is
he still
here?
riding? Of course Remco's here.
Is Remco doing it? So what's Remco going to do?
Finish second. Or third.
You think he'll try something different?
With a team as strong as UAE, I don't think there's much different you can do in the first place.
Isn't it?
Against Slovenia, I think it's possible.
Against Slovenia, it's possible. Yeah. I think the only thing Remco could do is to go all out and attack
on the
on like a
climb
on
with
a
120 kilometers to go.
Nah, like the false flat section or the rolling section after the crocetta.
Yeah. Yeah, but Pogacar follows the attack, sits up in the wheel.
You got to surprise him.
What is Remco going? Yeah, you need to have a surprise attack, but then if hypothetically, if Remco attacks on Crocetta,
not on Crocetta, no, can't
over the
not,
top,
not
over
uphill.
the top. Yeah, of course. I mean, like over the top on the rolly section, whatever. How many riders of UAE are left? Does Pogacar even need to respond?
Yeah, there's no way you let Remco get a gap.
I don't think so either.
But probably there's Del Toro just responds in the wheel or
Is
Remco.
that not the situation you want as an Remco?
I mean, I think Remco will just be happy with second, honestly.
I don't think he'll have much
second in a
choice.
monument, and maybe something bad happens to Pogacar, so why not? Yeah.
Well, let's hope not, for the sake of.
Trek bring a strong team. Tom Scoins was good again in Tre Valley yesterday. He was in the second favorites group. Ciccone is here. He's back. He's not raced. Oh, he did Welter, then Worlds, and then this is maybe his last race of the season. Tom Pidcock was in good shape again yesterday. He probably would have hoped for more cooperation.
Ball?
Is he here? Seychelles.
Ball? No, stop it. Sexas. He can podium this race.
Yeah, sure. Cool. He can.
Sorry, that's crazy. To say this shit about a 19-year-old just nonchalantly, that shows how good Paul Sixas is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've had this conversation multiple times already, but...
I mean, yeah, like he's already on... It depends on the length of the race. Remember, Europeans is about an hour and a half shorter, so that does make a difference. I guess for a young rider, maybe it doesn't because he also was good in World Championships. But I would say the length of the race is a little bit more in the favor of a Ciccone, Schelmoser, Schoins. Definitely a Remco. Remco's good in the long races. But yeah, it'd be crazy to see him here. Luke says Paul double. Yeah, why don't we do some fun? Instead, let's do some fun top 10 picks. Benji.
Okay, let's do some fun top 10 picks. Let me get the start list up because there's no start list.
There's no start list.
There's 7 riders on it.
This is the latest we've ever done a monument preview, I think. It's 2.5 days before the race starts.
Based on the start list, the only hot take to say is like Kobe Goossens or something.
No, yeah, because he's on there. Simone Pitelli.
Alaphilippe will not do it. No top 10 for him.
No.
Pidcock can top 5 this race, but I assume more top 10 area. That's a hot take, I know.
Nah, he can podium, can't he?
I don't think he will. So I think Remco, Del Toro, I'm feeling top 5 area.
Yeah.
Richard Carapaz can top 10 this race, but that's no hot take.
Is Raul Garcia Pierna here?
For fuck's sake. Bro, you think he's like the second coming of Jesus Christ?
Yeah, well, yeah, he is. I don't even think saying Christian Scaroni top 5 is a hot take anymore. I mean, he was literally third at Europeans, wasn't he? So, or fourth.
Yeah.
So that's not a hot take anymore.
Cold take.
I'm going to go, yeah. Let me find something scorching. Nah, Yoni Zagira top 10 again. Yoni Zagira. Because he'll come back on the descent.
Oh, I was going to say Piganzoli, but I'm leaning more towards like P15 or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of his region.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
Tullett
He
should
got
top
28th
5.
in this race before. He got 28th in this race twice. Did he get it 3 times 28th? No. He did have Piccolo Lombardia that 4 years ago, so I'm sorry, but that takes away from my... Man, what are we doing?
Tullett against Outerbrooks.
Outerbrooks.
I think I did in the classics. I didn't like it so much. I see it. Don't you think if you're one of those guys and when Pog goes and say you have 2 riders in a group of 8, the chase group, you should ride completely negative, right? And you should.
Could you repeat that question?
Say you're in a Pogacar's gone. You're in a group with, and maybe even Remco's gone. You got 1 podium spot left, and then you've got Ciccone, Scaroni, Tullett, Outerbrooks, Roglic, like a group of Pidcock. You shouldn't pull. You should
in the chasing group.
Yeah,
of
in
course.
the chasing group. You should just ride really negative and attack for the podium.
I don't even mind Paul Sixas's racing style at Europeans. Like, he rode negatively in the group together with Remco Evenepoel.
Yeah,
the French team had
smart.
signs everywhere.
Ayuso blew up.
Podiums the race. Exactly. So
I think pulling with Remco on the flat is a guarantee you will lose.
Remco will ride anyway, so who cares?
So when Remco's pulling and you sit behind him, you're getting no draft. Then when you're pulling, he's getting an advantage on the flat, even working 50-50 with you. So you just shouldn't pull with him.
The only way you could agree to pulling with Remco is if you agree that when you're pulling, he needs to ride next to you instead of behind you.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'd agree.
Or he has to sit up. Like, give a better draft. So happened to Van Aert in Brabantse Pijl, happened to Ayuso in the Europeans. He just pulling with Remco killed him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Pogacar, Ciccone second, and Del Toro third. It's my final podium. Benji's got
Pogacar wins.
Pogacar.
Del Toro finishes further than Remco finishes. No. Pogacar, Del Toro, Remco. I'm going for a bit of a switcher. I don't know if you said the same thing. I don't remember what you said. I'm not listening today. But that's my podium. Squeen's 5th.
Scoins 5th? Maybe the climb's a bit too long.
Question. Hypothetically, I asked this question on Twitter the other day. I think it's an interesting question. If the World Championships and the European Championships were on the same day and national teams were forced to put their best riders in the World Championships, who would win the European Championships? Would it be France or Belgium?
Steph Cross.
I think it's someone like La Pera or something.
No, he would make the French Worlds team, surely.
Would he?
La Pera. He's pretty fucking good.
Paul Sixas.
Didn't La Pera come third in the sprint yesterday?
There's a good stack of French riders.
So who was their Worlds team?
Paul Sixas, Alaphilippe. Probably a Paripinch or something. Well, we got to
Bernard, Barret, Jagat, Madouaz, VPP, Sechas. So yeah, La Pera didn't make it, but La Pera is better than VPP. He could be there
instead of. Well, that's a questionable take after VPP won on Mont Ventoux, but.
Well, you think VPP when VPP saw fucking the cobble climb, he was like, "Yeah, this is my forte."
This is my shit.
I don't think so.
This is why I joined Quickstep.
Yeah. So
No, I generally think it's a French rider or a Belgian rider, but I'm not sure about Steph Kras. I'm not
Me either.
feeling that.
me either. I don't know who would have won. Jai Hindley. So the Europeans. But yeah, that's the
Sure.
Lombardia preview. I think if you really want to join some good cycling and some racing with undetermined outcomes, you got to join our Zwift LRCP Join Cycling indoor race tomorrow night at 8 o'clock European time. Benji and I will be racing, so you can come and race against us, although you get put into your predefined categories on Zwift. And it's also at 16:30 PST time for the Americans, or early for the Australians, I guess that would be. So yeah, we'd hope to see as many of you there as possible. That's what we'll be doing on Thursday night. So that's Thursday 9 October at 8 o'clock Euro time. And yeah, you just go to join the Join Cycling Club on Zwift, and then it will join that, and you have all the pre-filtered events. Because it's every Thursday. We have group workouts, races. We just did an FTP test, which you can do today, I guess. We did that last Thursday, which is pretty cool. I stuffed it up a little bit. Look, I should have told Luke.
We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this.
I should have streamed it, yeah.
The route is called elevation evaluation on Zwift, which means that the climb is the FTP test. Patrick didn't realize that. He just started riding fast after 3 minutes of climbing.
No, I saw the big red block and I was like, that's it. And then it was like only 6 or 7%. I was like, not sure. And then I didn't. The pacing wasn't the best. Let's say I did Almeida pacing. I really did Almeida pacing. I let everybody attack, and then I wound it up at the end.
My best FTP test on that specific climb, I think the outcome was about 266 watts for 20-ish minutes, whatever it was, 22 minutes. I don't know that well, but I think I underpaced the first half and then had something left for slightly underpaced. I'm talking 45%, 47% the first half, and then drop the other 53% of my energy in the last half. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
You don't give a fuck about my pacing plan. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I've seen your pacing.
I'm trying to teach you.
Yeah, I don't know about your pacing. I just got distracted because I just saw Juan Ayuso walking around.
You didn't pace for the first 3 minutes of the climb! And you
I was thinking about who else could have been funny at Lombardia, but I don't think he's going. Juan Ayuso, he just put up a photo in Miami wearing a Tyreek Hill jersey. So, first of all, is he saying he's injured? Because Tyreek Hill, I mean, he's out for the season. He had a dislocated knee. So I hope Ayuso's not injured. Secondly, I don't think he's training too hard to come back to Lombardia on the weekend. He was for like 24 hours, he's on the tour, the Guangxi provisional on PCS. I was like, holy shit, this is funny.
Nah.
But then he got taken off.
I swear I read an article where Machin said, or that he had a bet or a deal with Ayuso that if he could do something in GC or win a stage, that he wouldn't be going to Guangxi. Otherwise, he would be going to Guangxi. So Guangxi is being treated as a punishment, which, to be fair, for a lot of riders it is.
It depends how you look at it. I mean, if you're a rider who doesn't get many chances, like, you could look at it as an opportunity, or you could be like, well, maybe there's a chance to actually win a World Tour 1 week race. So it depends how you look at it.
Depends on the rider.
When I also send screenshots of your NFL fantasy team, mine is in tatters. Hampton. And Marion Hampton is, he's off 4 weeks out.
NFL, is that the Mets?
That's the Mets, yeah. They're doing really well. Okay, that was
I've heard that.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Fuck the Phillies. So that's all I gotta say.
Are they better? Is that why you're emotionally hurt?
They're not going to win the World Series, so are they really better?
Neither are the Mets.
Yeah, but they just got to play for an extra week longer.
You're lucky. There's no relegation system in the NFL, right? Otherwise, the Mets might be dropping.
All American sports is pure communism. It's the funniest thing. It's pure communism. and like it's no. It is. They have you get your draft pick based on how shit you were. You get a better draft.
You gotta buy
pick.
yourself in first, no? So it's communism after capitalism.
Not to get political, but you still sound like that sounds like how practically that worked too. So, yeah. Anyway,
Patrick is the Andorran
that's good.
oligarch.
No. Finally, in the midst of all our nonsense, I just had a good idea. We
That
have
is
to do
rare.
off-season pod idea. Cycling draft. We got to do it. Cycling draft. Do we do it with just me and you going back and forth, or we get in like we get some special we got to get some special guests in, and then we have it like 10 teams and everyone drafts.
Then we run our teams on PCM, let the computer control it, and whoever wins for the year.
Yeah. I think we do it like that. And
I've done that before, actually.
There's no salary cap. With the first pick in the LRCP draft, Raul Garcia Pierna.
Okay.
All right.
Second
Thanks for
pick,
listening.
Alex Aramburu.
Yeah. Thanks for listening as always. And we'll see you with the Lombardia recap on Saturday. Ciao, ciao, ciao.